Greetings, Africa. Greetings, global Africa. This is King H, the Pan African student. Something interesting has occurred where a black South African won the Miss Universe pageant. And this is the first time in history, actually, four black women won different competition from Miss America to Miss USA to Miss Teen USA and Miss Universe. All the women that won are black women. But King H will say this. Why do you think that all black women won this pageant of this particular year? I'll give you my reasons why. And I just want to say congratulations to all those women who won the pageant. But a black woman doesn't necessarily need a pageant to recognize that she is beautiful. Beauty is something natural. You don't need to win a pageant to recognize that you are beautiful. But anyway, they have won their pageant. Congratulations. But I don't see the significance of this pageant to black people in general because it's for me it's a way to control black people. Now, why do I say that? Global Africa. Why do I say that the pageant and the fact that all four women who won this pageant from Miss America to Miss USA to Miss Teen USA and Miss Universe, why is it that all four women, for some reason, for the first time in history, all four women are black who won in this competition? Now, I will give you my reason why. Some people might think that this is a conspiracy theory. But anyway, that is fine. Conspiracy theories are made from ideas based on history and facts. People think critically and compare what is happening to what has happened. But the fact is this. My reason and why I think that all these four women won this competition plays to what is happening among global Africa in general. Take for example, what is happening in the United States when it comes to black people. There is you could say, black genocide that is going on in the United States, where the police are killing so many black people, from black children to black women to black men. It goes on. Police kill them, and then what happened to the police? They still walk scot-free. This is another way to sympathize, to make the black people feel happy, so that they could let go, or at least a way to control that hostile environment that is happening within the United States when it comes to police killing. That's one way of thinking about it. Now, let's go to South Africa, where the Miss US came from, where she, ran for Miss US. She's from South Africa and won. What is happening inside South Africa? Africans, global Africans. What is happening inside South Africa? It's the same thing that is applicable to what is happening in the United States. Since after apartheid, the black people in South Africa still suffer. Meanwhile, the minority of white people live in living in a lavish lifestyle, control huge farmlands, farmlands that were forcefully taken from the black South Africa when the whites, who are calling themselves white South Africans, came to South Africa 4 generations ago. When they came to South Africa, they had nothing. All they did was kill black people and took their lands. And they're benefiting from those lands. Meanwhile, the children, the grandchildren, the great-grandchildren of those blacks who were killed and driven out from their lands still suffer. So black people in the United States suffer from police genocide. And now they can use this to sympathize, to control the actions of black people in the United States as well as in Africa. But I tell you this, black South Africans, South Africa is for black South Africans. And if you don't have control over your territory, well, you're still slaves. No matter what you think you are, free in a country or in a continent where you don't control your own resources, where European nations still control the resources of Africa. When will that ever end? Now, many black women are excited, are happy that 4 black women have won, this competition of beauty. But I would say this: any black woman who is excited and happy about these wins, these so-called wins of black women winning the competition or successfully being the face of this pageant, it just shows that you lack insecurity. You don't think you're beautiful. Then again, some might think that, the world is now accepting us, meaning we can intermarry with other races and try to be part of the world. But the world will never see us as part of the world. The world will always see us as inferior. The world will always look down on black people, no matter what they try to give us. It's like having so much banana and then giving only one to the monkey. That's how they treat black people. So much resources in Africa, yet another race will come out from their own continent and control your resources. Why do you think that Africa suffers with so much wealth when the market is controlled by the Western world? There's this pageant that all these 4 black women won. It's controlled by whites, which is why they could decide to let them win or not to let them win. It's the same. This is still applicable to when President Obama won the presidency. Many blacks were excited, were happy, were thrilled, just like many black women are happy and thrilled that 4 black women have won this pageant. But what did the black people in the United States gain from the presidency of Obama? Zero, zilch, nada. As a matter of fact, the killings of so many black people rose up after President Obama became president. People, other races took their frustration and anger on black people. But I say this to all black people worldwide. Pan-Africanism is the only way forward for our survival. And great leaders from Marcus Garvey to Kwame Nkrumah and Malcolm X have made the way forward, have paved the way forward for us to continue to the struggle of Pan-Africanism so that black people globally can have a chance, an opportunity to survive and thrive. Pan-Africanism, I see it as the only way forward. I see it as the religion that must be implemented, that must be encouraged, that must be spoken to all black people worldwide. Without which the white supremacy and the white power will continue to give and take. They will give a little bit and then take more. They'll give a little bit and take more. And you think you're part of the world, but you really are not part of the world. Why? Because they sit and control the world, and you, the black people, just follow like what we call ngong-dok. Africa must wake up and smell the roses. Life is war. To survive, you must think big and act boldly. This is King H, the future Pan-African king, following the footsteps of the great Marcus Garvey. Till next time.